Cuties to tease.
Hi friends, welcome to Cooties to Teas. Today we are going to see how to make cocoa peat in home. This is how cocoa peat looks. If you add water, it will expand and you can be easily able to break it. You can easily store it, and you will also get this in the online or in the nursery or in the market, but it will be a very high cost of some 300 to 400 rupees. You can also make this in your home, but it will take some time, almost like 5 days or 4 days. So but this will be very useful for the garden. You can use in the soil mixture for the garden. It will help for the absorption, but it will not give any nutrition. So you should not use only this for planting. You can easily make this cocoa peat with only the coconut fiber which you have in your home, which we use coconut in your daily life. So you have seen this fiber which we all throw it out, but we can use this for making cocoa peat. This is the best out of waste, and let's see how to make this. For this we will need scissor and the coconut fiber, in which we are going to make the cocoa peat, and also we will need little bit of water. So let's start making the cocoa peat, and let's see how it comes. Now let's take out all the hard shell in that coconut fiber. So if we take out all the hard shells, we'll be easily able to cut the fiber. Otherwise it will be hard, and also it will not come in the proper form. So, and we will just separate it. When you separate, there might be some dust falling below. You can also collect that. That is also cocoa peat only. Now we'll spray some water on top of that coconut fiber. You can also rub the coconut fiber nicely, and you'll get a lot of powder. After that also, you'll still need to cut it down so that we'll get a lot of powder. Now we are going to spray some water on top of this fiber, and we are going to cut it with the scissor. But while cutting, you should make sure you cut it into very fine pieces and not very so big. Otherwise, if it is so big, then you will not get it as a fine powder form. So will need to cut it into a powder. It might take a lot of time, but you can cut a lot in just some half an hour or in 1 hour. Now we finish cutting everything. We'll spray some water and just mix it nicely. Spraying water makes this cocoa peat absorb more water in the after we dry it and use it. Now I'm adding some more cocoa peat which I have already made. If you observe its color, it is in dark brown color, because this is how the final result is going to be. If since this cocoa peat, when I made, it was in brown color, the fiber, and this now which I'm making is little white in color, so we might get the cocoa peat in brown color, or like light brown color and not dark brown. Now I'm going to make a lot of cocoa peat so that we'll be able to mold it into a proper shape. Now we got all the powder which we were cutting until now. We will put this powder into a sieve. You can also skip this step if you don't have a sieve. Otherwise it will be very rough. If you use a sieve, look how fine particles are coming out. But if you don't want, you can also skip this step. Now I got all the fine powder. I'm also cutting the waste and again making it into a powder. So I'll continue the same process until all the powder, um, all the big particles get into fine particles. Now, after sieving all the fine particles, we got these big shells. I'm just going to put this in the compost, or you can throw it, because more than this you cannot make it into fine powder. Now we got the fine particles from that cocoa peat. Now next, we will put all the particles into the water and soak it for 2 to 3 days. This will give a change in the color of the fiber as I showed before. It might give it a little dark brown or light brown color, and also it will remove all the salt content in it. You should not add it straightly to the plants. Now the cocoa peat is nicely soaked for 3 days. Now let's take the cocoa peat and strain all the water from it. You can also use this water for your garden. It is very nutritional, and it will be very helpful for plant growth. Now we have got all the cocoa peat. We are going to just separate everything. Now let's add this to whatever container you want it to be in that shape. So I'm adding it in a rectangle shaped container, and let's leave it to dry. Now we dried it almost for one whole day. Now let's see how it have come. I'm just taking it from the down, and now let's close the lid and tilt it, and let's tap. Look, it just came in the proper shape of that brick. And now let's try taking it. It will be if you leave it to dry very nicely, it will nicely be hard. Now that's all. Our cocoa peat is ready. It is ready to use for the plants also. And also let's try breaking it. I added some water, and now we when we break it, it just expanded, and it just filled the whole box. And but when we see in the before, it was like just half of the box. So this is how we make the cocoa peat. You can also try this in your home. It is very easy. We will meet in another helpful and useful video. Until then, bye bye from Cooties to Teas.